Hello guys, welcome back to our channel, The Collector's Hub. Let's continue our story in the Thaumaturge. If you like this kind of game and would like us to continue with it, give this video a like and subscribe to our channel, thank you.
About it. Right. Let's... Nothing can be kept secret from me. Let's wait. Let's wait and... On your legs. Let's... Ligia?
You finally came to talk to your boring sister?
Talking to you is the greatest treat this house has to offer. I should enjoy that privilege more often.
Finally, you're talking sense. In fact, I've got something to propose. Interested?
Always.
I'm giving a lecture at the Flying University. It's a very informal educational initiative, not to say secret. And an important one, especially for women who can get an education from us, which they are legally prohibited from doing in the partition. I'd like you to come with me.
What's the lecture about?
The economic aspect of the woman's question. I've gathered some interesting data and managed to get some great sources from France and England.
I'm sorry I asked.
Come on! Those 2 brain cells you still have will appreciate a break from booze and trouble. Come with me.
Of course I will go. I will be honored.
No questions or bargaining? Who are you and what have you done to my brother?
If it's important to you, there's no need to persuade me.
That's strange, but nice. The university is meeting in the antiquarian bookshop across the Green Square. Which brings us to the most important thing. Everyone brings something sweet, so I ordered some donuts from Mrs. Jagoda. The best ones. And the best donut is filled with...
All through our childhood we went to her for pastries. Has anything changed there?
Nothing at all. And Mrs. Jagoda continues reminiscing about you.
No.
Yes, you were the only kid in her career that ate 8 donuts, threw up, and came back for more. So, what about the filling?
With plum.
Now and ever and unto the ages of ages. Amen. Get those donuts, will you?
I'll see what I can do.
Mr. Shulsky.
I've got some fresh...
Meanwhile,
I won't bother you. It smells so nice in here. Is that vanilla?
Vanilla, raisins, butter, sugar, and some more butter. You're in heaven. Can I help you?
Mrs. Jagoda, it's me, Victor.
I can't believe my eyes. Little Victor? Oh my, how you've grown and how handsome you've become. Where is that little cherub who would stand in front of the display, staring at pastries?
Mrs. Jagoda, as a grown man, I can confess that it was never the sweets. It was about you.
You devil! But to be honest, I have a daughter, so if you ever...
Excuse me, I'm waiting for my order here?
No reason to be angry, darling. Just wait a moment. My daughter is taking the fruitcake out of the oven now. It will be hot.
With raisins and orange peel? I'll wait then.
Are you sure you're not a thaumaturge?
Let that be my sweet secret.
I'd like to collect Ligia Szulska's order.
Of course. Give her my best. And don't hesitate to stop by for a little snack from time to time. Have a nice day. Oi, take the donuts and don't ask awkward questions. Have a nice day.
Good day, Mrs. Jagoda.
Have you worked up an appetite for a cookie?
I was just passing by and thought I'd pop in.
You could also buy something sometime instead of just looking.
No. So, let...
Mr. Szulski, I presume.
What gave me away?
Your resemblance to Ligia. And the book at your waist. That's an interesting way of sewing up the binding. Let me take your coat. The lecture has already started. Follow the corridor.
The professor has already made a judgment. A change for the better? Surprising in this town. Boarding schools for girls truly are a devilish invention.
Inequality between the sexes is a real problem that keeps society in economic stagnation. No wonder if half of population cannot take up a job or are not adequately remunerated for their work. We want to study, work, make our own choices. We want all of our lives.
Ligia, I'd love to see you on the faculty. You must agree.
There you are. Samuel, Cecilia, I'd like you to meet my brother.
Mr. Szulski? Victor Szulski? The Thaumaturge?
Yes, madam. It is I.
Oh, I need to talk to you about thaumaturgy. Ligia has told me a lot about you. I've been interested in it ever since I was a child, although, sadly, I was not blessed with power.
Sadly, is not a word I would use.
Mr. Szulski, welcome to the Flying University.
The university is an interesting venture. Where did you get the idea?
Out of necessity. The occupiers control all the academies. They don't allow women to study and don't care about the level of education. And the future Poland will need an intellectual elite.
Where does the university's name come from?
For obvious reasons, we don't have a permanent residence. Our academy is constantly flying between the apartments of people willing to host us.
Some also mockingly say we are a childlike and girlish university, as the university was created with women in mind.
But the mockery will soon end because our graduates have already started scientific careers abroad.
Aren't you afraid of the police?
I am aware that we leave ourselves open to a charge of distributing prohibited works and imprisonment.
Great causes are worth taking the risk, don't you think?
Once you set a goal, never let it out of your sight, no matter what.
As Dad used to say.
Have you got any more questions?
Are there any known names among the graduates?
Mrs. Skłodowska-Curie, for instance.
Our Nobel Prize winner. Let's talk about something else.
Of course.
Congratulations, Professor. You did great.
I did? And what did you like the most?
I only got there at the end, but what I heard sounded competent. You know that science is your domain, not mine. Still, it doesn't change the fact I'm very proud of you. I'm afraid to ask what my sister has told you.
Nothing but the truth, albeit not all. We are a civilized people, after all.
I'm interested in stories about thaumaturgy. I find it fascinating.
Do you teach thaumaturge here? I've heard that it's becoming popular in Paris.
In our academic circles, hardly anyone shares my interest.
We've already talked about it. With such a limited amount of sources, there's not much we can do.
That's why we should use the knowledge of someone who traveled half the world to learn the tricks of the trade.
I'm afraid you overestimate me.
Please, do tell us about your travels.
I used to live with the whirling dervishes in Damascus for some time. The dance keeps salutors away. I've also met an Inuit sage who claimed he could talk to them.
How? How is that possible?
Cecilia, let's give Mr. Shulsky some space.
Let's talk about something else.
Of course.
I'll take a look around the room.
Mr. Shulsky, we must talk. It's important. Please find me later.
Oh, I think you'll find that the catering tables aren't the only place you'll find something sweet.
Give me a break.
Only if you brought some donuts.
I did. I know one should not stand between you and sugar.
You're speaking words of wisdom, brother.
Then I will leave you as well. Mr. Shulsky, please meet our students.
I also write term papers for the principal school students. Would you like some work? Excuse me, and you are...
Viktor Szulski.
You are Ligia's brother?
It's great that you came to your sister's lecture.
Not all of us have that kind of support.
What do you mean?
My brother. He thinks an educated woman is a disgrace to her family. If he knew I studied, he'd beat me until I was bleeding.
We all take some risk. Well, maybe everyone except Polina.
What do you mean?
She's Russian, And I'm sure she'll bring the police down on us. I don't know why Dickstein trusts her.
Don't waste your breath. Better have an eclair.
What is it? Do you need help?
How did you happen to start studying?
I was helping Dad with business and I was doing fine, so he encouraged me to apply.
It's the least he could do for you. So you're on first name terms with Samuel, huh? How did that happen?
Everyone's on first name terms with everyone else here.
Somehow, I haven't noticed him giving any other student that much attention.
Watch it. You're going to get it.
I'll be off now. I was instructed to become acquainted with your lot. Viktor Szulski, nice to meet you.
I don't know if talking to me is the best choice. Polina Nikolaevna Gavrilov.
It seems you're not very popular among your colleagues.
What did I tell you? That I cast spells to make their pants leak and their ties run?
Why don't they like you?
Because I'm Russian, and every Ruski is an enemy, right?
My mother is Russian, so my perspective is different.
I understand the political situation. I was born in Warsaw. I love this city.
Why did you decide to go to the university?
I don't want to waste my intellect on throwing parties and picking the perfect hat.
And what do you want?
To study law at the Sorbonne. You think it's funny?
No, it's just that my mother wanted me to study law in Paris, but I preferred to travel.
My mother keeps trying to talk me into traveling. Apparently, that's the way to find a husband.
I'll be off now.
Can I help you?
Tell me about Ligia's studies.
Your sister has an extraordinary mind. She's one of our most gifted graduates, and I hope she will join our teaching staff after this lecture. Her arguments are bold and accurate, untainted by social restraints. Oh, and her charisma.
Indeed, you are impressed.
Is there anything else you want to ask?
Thank you. Goodbye.
What is it?
You wanted to talk to me?
I've got a whole bunch of questions, and I really hope you can answer them.
Check your enthusiasm, please. You and your dress take all of our oxygen.
Lucrezia, only feeble men are afraid to be inquisitive, and the Thaumaturge cannot be feeble. The power you possess meddles with the very fabric of reality and the most subtle aspect of human psyche. It is...
Overrated at the best and made up at worst.
Maybe I could change your mind about my power if I used it.
Yes!
For example, I could convince you that you are a parrot.
Oh my god.
The bookseller went mad. Help!
Is that your doing?
Now you believe in thaumaturgy?
Mr. Szulski, please don't mind her. Let's go, they might need you.
This is tragic! I need to yell about it! Thieves! This is an outrage!
Calm down. We can sort it out.
You can't tell me what to do. Do not tell me what to do. It is definitely the time to be nervous.
I'm just saying we can look together. It might be a misunderstanding.
Misunderstanding? It's a theft. You! I bet you did it!
I'd suggest you weigh your words. I don't like being called a thief.
Are you threatening me? Do you know what happened? What emotions I need to cope with? The first edition of A Nation Tale is gone. My beloved game exposed to sunshine. Master, crazy fingers!
Oh, what a horrible tragedy.
You can't treat me like that. Nobody leaves this place. Either I get my book back or I'm calling the police.
What do you mean? I can't stay here any longer.
Antoni, do not threaten my students.
They are not students. They're animals.
Mr. Shulsky can find your book.
How can you be so sure, Miss Cecilia?
You are a thaumaturge. You can identify the culprit from the traces of strong emotions.
That's not exactly how it works, but still, your knowledge is impressive. Yes, I can do that.
Really? And then can you bring eternal misery upon the thief?
Of course. What is it exactly that you want?
I want him to get blotches on the soles of his feet.
Done.
Good heavens.
Mr. Shulsky, please, stop joking. We'd be grateful if you could find the book. Can I help you?
Do you have any suspicions regarding the stolen volume?
I don't believe any of the students could do it. It must be a misunderstanding. I hope you manage to get to the bottom of it.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Yes?
Who do you think is behind stealing that book?
I can't believe that it might be one of us. After all, we all love books.
That sounds like the perfect motive.
Indeed. If I were to steal, I would rob antiquarian bookshops. But it wasn't me.
I'll be off now.
What's up, Sherlock? Mystery solved?
You're as happy as a child on Christmas Day.
I like to watch you do something with passion.
Who do you think could have taken the book?
I have no idea. But I'm sure you'll be fine.
You're way too enthusiastic. How many sweets have you had?
Don't even ask.
I'll be off now.
You don't understand. I want to leave.
And I want my volume to be in my display case. Maybe you're the one who has it.
I'm not a thief, and I don't have to explain myself.
Why do you want to leave right now?
I told my parents I was going to church. If I'm not back on time, they'll start to look for me, and I'll be in trouble. Please help me.
You can help by searching this young lady.
I know subtler ways. Could you give me a personal item, please? No, she's not the one who stole the book. The trace doesn't match.
How do you know?
There's no trace of the thief on this item. That lady did not steal the book.
I see. I can't open the door, but I can help you with your parents. I know what it's like when your loved ones don't understand your passion for books.
I see. Thank you for your help.
Mr. Szulski, there are guest codes in the wardrobe. I will let you in there if it helps you to catch that degenerate.
That might be helpful.
Then follow me, please. And? Have you found anything?
Maybe, although I still need some information.
Well, what are you waiting for? Fire away!
I found a men's coat in the wardrobe, one with embroidered initials and wooden buttons. Do you remember who it belongs to?
With a worn-out collar and elbow patches? That's Valdemar's coat.
You have good memory.
Which you are using in a ridiculous way. Why don't you look for the degenerate?
The large coat belongs to Miss Lucrezia, I presume. The one with the satin lining?
Yeah, no doubt. But I don't know why you're wasting your time on these.
Thank you. That was very helpful.
I will wait for the results, then.
What's up, Sherlock? Mystery solved?
You're as happy as a child on Christmas Day.
I like to...
I'll be off now. A grey coat with embroidered initials and wooden buttons. It belongs to you, doesn't it?
Why do you ask?
I think it belongs to the thief.
What? No, I don't wear a coat.
It's September.
I like the cold, and that is not a crime. Leave me alone.
Here, I found your book. And what's this? I hope you will find my little plot amusing. The city must recognize the power of thaumaturgy. Enjoy your show. You have earned it. Cecilia. I should return the volume. The bookseller will finally calm down. And then I will have a talk with the author of this letter.
Can I help you?
Thank you. Good. Here is your volume.
You came back to me, safe and sound. Praise the Lord.
I hope it was all just a mistake.
No, it was planned.
That was obvious. How did you find the book?
The book was in the bedroom, under the bed.
What a captivating display of power. Shame there wasn't a missing Sogder too. Now that would be a discovery.
Don't be sarcastic, it's the potential that matters.
What matters is who is responsible for that mess. Please, don't keep us in suspense.
I found the lockpicks that the thief used to open the display case. They were marked with this trace.
And that is how you determined his identity? What an exceptional display of thaumaturgy.
As impressive as conjuring up ghosts at a seance.
I would like to see you say that to Madame Samira.
Of course you know each other. You both prey on people's gullibility.
Consider this a thaumaturgical display. Before you left the house, you had an argument with your husband. He thinks you are having an affair, while in reality, you sneak out to the university. Do you find that convincing?
How dare you! These are private matters and should not be discussed in public.
You ask for it.
Stop, both of you. Please tell us who took the book from the display case.
The plot might not be too original, but it was certainly planned.
You might be missing the big picture.
The one responsible for stealing the book is Valdemar. He used his father's lockpicks and hid the book under the bed.
Valdemar? How could you?
What a disappointment.
The boy stole the book at Cecilia's request. She talked him into it.
It's impossible. Valdemar?
It's true, Mr. President. Cecilia said it would be a joke.
Do you understand what kind of situation this puts me in? How this affects our reputation?
I'm sorry, but it was necessary. I had my reasons.
What reasons?
Nobody treats thaumaturgy like a real science. I had to show its potential. Show what you're capable of.
That's enough! That is no excuse. I will talk to you in a minute. Leave us alone.
You know I was right.
I'm sorry you were used like that.
Thank you. Honestly, I don't like being led by the nose.
I understand. Cecilia's methods are disgraceful, but she does have a point. A lecture by a thaumaturge would enrich our academy. Please, consider it an offer.
I will think about it. How do you intend to punish them?
I should expel you from the university, but...
You can't do that. It was necessary.
An exquisite coat, an evening dress, an intrigue. You took a lot of trouble to impress me.
Did it work?
Yes.
Then it was worth it.
That's enough. Miss Cecilia, please explain yourself.
Nobody treats thaumaturgy like a real science. I had to show its potential. Show what you're capable of.
That's enough! That is no excuse. I will talk to you in a minute. Leave us alone.
You know I was right.
I'm sorry you were used like that.
I've had a great time. If all the lectures are like this, I want to be a student.
I know what you mean. Cecilia's methods are disgraceful, but she does have a point. A lecture by a thaumaturge would enrich our academy. Please, consider it an offer.
I will think about it.